Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of A Chapter a Day Keeps the Doctor Away. My name is Alan, otherwise known as Hisui, and I'm from ReverseThieves.com as well as the Speakeasy Podcast. And this time I am looking at Fate Kaleid Liner Prisma Illya Drei, number 12, otherwise known as Rain and Ignorance. And so last chapter we kind of met the big bad guy of the whole Fate Prisma series, which is Darius Ainsworth, the person trying to kickstart the Sixth Holy Grail War. So, obviously not the nicest of dudes. And everybody is trying to kind of figure out what is up with his crazy powers, because he beat back Kuro, Illya, Bazette, and Tanaka like they were nothing. And he seems to have all these crazy noble phantasms that nobody's ever seen before. And when Gilgamesh gets back from having a snack, at first he's a little flippant, but he seems really kind of disturbed that he doesn't know these noble phantasms, because he seems to either own every noble phantasm or some derivative thereof. Or at least he knows of them, and or they're just like so panty minor that he doesn't feel they're worth knowing. But these are really powerful, but ones he does not know, so you could tell Gilgamesh is just as intrigued as everybody else. And I'm like, are they from the future? Like, they're just so advanced that they're not in the Gate of Babylon? Or are they from, like, some kind of aborted timeline? Or I'm almost kind of wondering if they're, like, dead noble phantasms? I don't know. It's interesting. I'm curious what their origin will be, so to explain why Gilgamesh doesn't know what they are. And he does also take note that Darius kept saying play, so I wonder if they're like made up noble phantasms, like kind of how if he has the power that Shakespeare does in Fate Apocrypha of being able to write in powers. So I wonder if, like, once again, this is Darius's thing, is he's like a playwright. And, Darius Ainsworth can just write up new noble phantasms. It's not a horrible idea. But yeah, everybody's obviously seriously worried. And Tanaka's still knocked out. And she's burning like 200 degrees. That's why they call her Dr. Fahrenheit. Yeah, she doesn't wake up. She's totally uninjured. But it seems like she is just this ball of heat, and I'm wondering if she's basically made to be an anti-Ainsworth weapon. So if he's going to have that ice shield, then she's just naturally going to be hot. And, basically if he has, like a light weapon, then she's going to produce darkness. I'm thinking that's maybe the idea there. But we'll see what happens when actually she wakes up and fights again. Then we go to essentially what is Miyu torture porn. Because, Miyu comes up as Illya reflects on what was said. And, kind of how the little girl, Darius' daughter, is all saying, like, you liar. You said I shouldn't hurt people, but you hurt people. And so we go to Miyu. And, Darius is super creepy, as he usually is. And, makes some vague threats. Is kind of in the way that you shouldn't be, because Miyu's really young. And then he kind of ties her up with thorns. Kind of like if she was in a yaoi manga, because boy, if there's one thing yaoi manga likes, it's tying up pretty boys with thorns. So obviously someone said, little girls, that's even better. And they were wrong, but anyhow, so yeah, he seems to be extracting blood from Miyu to form these stone tablets with supposedly the records of what's happened. And he has 5 out of 7, considering that they're 7 servants and he wants to restart the Holy Grail War. Obviously, probably each tablet is tied to a different servant and a power. Probably how he's getting his artificial class cards for the people, his underlings, like that girl who's the Thor girl, or the one who's the Gilgamesh girl. And then when that's done and Miyu's passed out. Oh yeah. Also, poor Shiro basically being like, Miyu's like, Darius is like, hey Miyu, if you don't want to do this, I can just torture your brother instead. And I'm like, man, Shiro, you never get a break. Now you're just being used to torture Miyu. I kind of have to wonder if Miyu's kind of supposed to be Shiros family, who, actual members of Shiros family who we never see because they got killed in the 4th Holy Grail War. And, the original Fates there, I mean, we don't really know if Shiro actually had any family. I mean, we've never met his parents. And we never know if he had any siblings. He's just some kid who lost his whole family in the 4th Holy Grail War. So I kind of wonder if, like, this timeline they're on is one where, like, that fire didn't happen, and thereby, Miyu is Shiro's sister on that timeline. That would be definitely interesting. But, yeah, lots of kind of creepy Miyu torture, and then we go and we kind of see Miyu and the little girl interacting, and she's actually pretty cute. And we see that they're actually kind of a genuine friendship. And, seems like Miyu's the only person who kind of connects with her. She's obviously really lonely and kind of messed up. And I do hope that, whenever they defeat Darius, they can take this poor little wretch with them. She seems like a genuinely nice person. Unless, there's some twist and, she is actually the super bad guy behind everything. But, well, I wouldn't put it past this series. But yeah, then we end with Kuro waking up, because silly old not Taiga, Tanaka is snoring like a bear, and she notices Miyu is gone. And I kind of have mixed feelings because all the cards are still there. I really hope that Illya hasn't run away because I felt like we had a breakthrough about her, gaining back her strength. And if she runs away again, I don't know. I just feel like they're spinning their wheels. I really hope that she's out, maybe, talking to Katome or somebody or anything other than running away. Because I feel that's just so lame. I mean, if she's training or asking somebody else for help or investigating, that would be interesting. That would show that she's grown. Even her trying to throw her life away would at least be something. Or trying to rescue Miyu. Maybe not defeat Darius, but just rescue Miyu. That would at least be some kind of progress. I hope that's what's going on. Because that's interesting. That's character growth. might not be the best plan, and none of those plans might be the best plan, but at least they're something, the character progressing forward. That's what I want to see. But we'll see what happens next chapter. Once again, I hope we see some kind of positive progress, and once again, hope we see some hot, sexy Bazette. But other than that, see you guys next time.